Hello everybody and welcome to Air Hero. As a new channel, my goal is to provide you with tips, tricks, and hacks on how to maximize your ASIair experience. I have a big appreciation for everybody on YouTube that's helped me learn and get into this hobby. On Air Hero, however, my goal is not to repeat content from other people's channels. I'm hoping to provide new and unique content to contribute back to the hobby. We're going to kick off the new channel with a series of 3 episodes. We're going to focus on building 3 SD card images that will allow you to easily swap from one ASI experience to the other. We'll also build a file library on your computer so that you have a backup image in the event that you ever need to restore from a prior version. Episode 1 will focus on creating a backup of your original ASIair Master Image. Episode 2 will focus on running astroberry on your ASIair Pro. Astroberry is a fully featured astro desktop with an assortment of astrophotography tools. This setup may be helpful for those of you who wish to use your ASIair hardware with non-ZWO products. And lastly, Episode 3 will show you how to actually unlock your original ASIair operating system so that you can access it via the command line and via SSH. This may be helpful for installing custom drivers or other software to complement your ASIair experience. If any of these sound interesting to you, hit the subscribe button so you're immediately notified of new content. So what's under the hood of the ASIair Pro? As amazing as the ASIair is, believe it or not, most of it is not made by ZWO. Inside, you'll find a Raspberry Pi 4 computer running the Raspbian Linux operating system and fitted with an extra power module to supply those 12-volt power outputs, and of course encased inside of that iconic red ZWO metal case. In terms of software, ZWO has installed their own custom application on top of the Raspberry Pi 4, which communicates to all the ZWO devices that are plugged in via the USB interfaces. And they have also installed the Indie drivers, which are capable of communicating to the very limited list of non-ZWO products, such as our mouse. So why do I tell you this? We are not going to do anything on this channel that's going to break your ASIair. In fact, much of the hardware and software was already designed to do many different things. This is just one example that ZWO has used this combination of products to create their ASIair Pro. It's not to say that what we're going to do does not come without risk. It is possible to corrupt your operating system and perhaps install software that can conflict with one another. But that's why we're going to do a backup today, and you can always go back to your master ASIair SD card, put that in, and be back to where you started. For these first 3 episodes, I'm going to recommend that you buy 2 additional micro SD cards. In total, this will be 3 if you count the one that came with the ASIair Pro. And for episode 1, we're simply going to back up the original micro SD card that contains your ASIair Master Image and save a copy of that as a file on your computer. So let's get started backing up your ASIair Pro. There's many other ways to perform this backup procedure, but I'm going to walk you through a way that I have used using Rufus on a Windows desktop computer. For step 1, you're going to need a micro SD to USB 3 adapter. You could buy these on Amazon or any kind of standard electronics store, and this will allow you to plug your micro SD card into your computer. Note that if you're prompted by your computer to format or perform scans of the device, please press no. Once your image is inserted into the computer, download and install Rufus using the URL below and run it. You'll see by the screen captures you can go ahead and keep everything exactly the same by default. Just make sure for the device that it is the 32 gigabyte micro SD card, and you're simply going to press the save button in the top right hand corner there that's circled, and go ahead and name it something and save it to your computer. For me, I call this the ASIair Master.vhd file. Be patient, this process can take about 10 minutes or so depending on the speed of your USB drive, and when it's at 100% you should be good to go. Congratulations on creating a backup of your ASIair Master Image. In episode 2, we'll be installing astroberry on one of the blank micro SD cards. Please hit the subscribe button if you're interested in when I post the following 2 episodes. Thanks for joining.